気を楽にしろ。すぐに終わる。
よし、やろうども。行くぞ。
Trafalgar D Law enters Jump Force as the 9th DLC character available from the 4th round of DLC. Using Law's room abilities, he has access to a range of tools that allow him to be very versatile. A room is essentially an area that the creator has free control over, allowing him to manipulate objects within said room. Whilst generally an all-rounder, Law's kit allows him to excel in charging towards his opponent, doing high damage with short combos and making them think twice about their options. Law comes from the incredibly popular anime and manga series One Piece. His laid-back, disciplined personality makes him seem unapproachable when really he can show emotion and compassion. As the leader of the Heart Pirates and nicknamed the Surgeon of Death, Law is not to be trifled with. Pair his personality with his tall stature and powerful abilities, and this guy exudes alpha confidence. This resolved and seemingly unfazed personality play nicely into his somewhat analytical game plan, being able to read the opponent's moves and change his gameplay accordingly. Before we talk about Law's abilities, let's firstly touch on unique mechanics, stuff you should know about the character before looking into his abilities. All 4 of Law's abilities use what's known as a room. What a room is was explained earlier. Whenever Law opens a new room, he loses a very small portion of health, which is initially insignificant but does add up. However, by chaining abilities together, Law can keep a single room open and not take a health penalty for subsequent ability usages. Whenever Law opens a room, he suffers a slight health penalty, but he does not consume energy. Energy is only consumed if the opponent is within the room so that Law can actually execute his attack. We'll discuss how the room mechanic works in more detail in the abilities and game plan portions of the video. By holding down the right trigger, which we'll now call the ability button, Law can keep a room active for about 3 to 4 seconds, but can't do anything else whilst this is happening. Law's first ability is called Injection Shot Shambles. This acts as 2 abilities in one. Upon activation of this ability, Law opens a room. If the opponent is in range, he dashes linearly towards the opponent. Whilst the dash is fast, the opponent still has enough time to react with a block, dodge, or super from further ranges. Upon connecting with the opponent, Law will deal a large amount of damage with his sword and knock the opponent a fair distance away. This is the injection shot and costs 1 ability bar upon activation. If the injection shot lands, you may hold down the ability button to activate Shambles. Shambles deals a very small amount of damage and costs 2 bar to use. However, Shambles forces the opponent to switch to their next character and makes them wait to switch or use an assist. As you can imagine, this can be incredibly powerful to throw your opponent off and force them out of their comfort zone. Injection Shot must land for Shambles to activate, and the total combo requires 3 ability bars to use, so be mindful of the cost. Injection Shot's room is fairly large, being about mid-range in the arena. Law's second ability is called Tucked. Upon activation of this ability, Law opens a room. If the opponent is in range, he summons a rock from beneath the opponent to attack. This serves as a long-range poking tool and can hit the opponent if they're anywhere within the room, but can be dodged easily on prediction. Whilst the damage is fairly low, Tucked is easy to combo into and can be used as a combo starter if you're close enough, although I wouldn't advise that. It can also be instantly cancelled into Law's Awakened ability, allowing for some easy damage from a simple poke attack. This is all possible due to the fast recovery and knock-up effect of Tucked. Tucked only costs 1 ability bar to use, so it's reliable for a number of situations and spawns the largest room of all of his abilities. Law's third ability is called Radio Knife. Upon activation of this ability, Law opens a room. If the opponent is in range, Law will teleport to their location and perform an unblockable combo. This serves as a great mix-up tool in combination with his first ability and deals moderate damage. Whilst this has the shortest room range of his abilities, it's still easy enough to combo into. Despite the much smaller radius of this ability, using it directly after Tucked can significantly enhance this ability's power. More on that in the game plan portion of the video. I generally use this in the neutral and prefer his other options for combos. The longer recovery of this ability means that Law will struggle to follow it with other abilities. Additionally, Radio Knife costs 2 ability bars to use, so use this tool wisely. Law's Awaken ability is called Gamma Knife. Law sprints towards his opponent going slightly past mid-screen. Upon connection with the opponent, Law unleashes a short combination of attacks utilising a rune. Once the ability is completely finished casting, Law will reset about mid-screen and lose a portion of health as is standard with his rune abilities. However, the health penalty will not be deducted until after the Awaken ability is finished, so the full damage is dealt to the enemy before Law takes any damage. Calling on Law as an assist will make him use his second ability, Tact. Law will still create a rune, but no health will be deducted from the player. Also, Law will only hold the rune for about a second before disappearing. The Tact rune is the same in his assist as it is in his regular ability use. The fast startup time makes this assist very helpful in combos. Not only can it extend combos, but it can also easily start combos or just be used as a regular poke tool in the neutral. The Tact assist comes with all the same benefits and drawbacks as a regular ability, so apply this to your gameplay. Law's abilities allow him to play a versatile game, being able to put pressure on the opponent with fast offense and unblockable mix-up, as well as play at a distance, using Tact to confirm into more damage. Tact is the most core tool to Law's kit in my opinion. By using Tact and instantly cancelling into Injection Shot or Radio Knife, Law can maintain the Tact rune. This means that Radio Knife and Injection Shot will activate using the Tact rune, which is the largest of his rune abilities. Additionally, using this tool in combination with his Injection Shot or Radio Knife mix-up is the best way to confuse the opponent throughout the game. Radio Knife by itself does decent damage, but using it as a mix-up tool primarily will always keep the opponent on their toes. Law's up and down tilt attacks can both combo into his regular attacks, so he can pressure and hit confirm into combos with ease. In the neutral game, Tact is your best friend for poking. Generally, Law works best when he's using his great tools to pressure and lock down the opponent, so whenever I use Tact from range, I use the extra time to charge for energy or rush the opponent down. Always be mindful of Law's ability costs. Whilst initially low, you will have to spend much more to unlock Law's full potential. Pair Law with an assist that can keep the opponent away for you to maintain high energy and use your energy to confirm high amounts of damage with short combos. Law is a very strong character overall. Whilst easy to pick up, mastery of Law will require a lot of time and attention as he can be quite technical. How you use Tact is the best way to determine how you want to approach the game as Law. Using irregular attacks and super mix-ups to pressure the opponent is the best way to play Law in my opinion. Use every opportunity you have to charge for energy as Law will need it. Law is a strong recommendation from me. His cool design, visuals, and strength make him very appealing. His rune mechanic is intriguing to me, and it's fun to use in all stages of the game. Guys, this has been the character overview for Trafalgar Law. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.